Hello hikers, my name is Joe. Welcome to hikearizona.com. We are going to talk about the HAZ forum. Recently a member asked, how do I read and post in the forum? At the top of each page, in the upper right corner, you will see HAZ forum. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to click on it. Right now I have a white background. When I click on it, it'll have a gray background. The gray background means that simply I'm on the forum page or a forum page. The home page of the forum tells us recent activity. So this was the last post 22 minutes ago. We also have forums. The forums tab will be different categories basically that topics will be under. So if I were to look under trail chat, I will see there are a lot of topics in here related to trails. We have Baldy Snow, Mount Humphreys, we have Fossil Creek. So these are specifically to specific trails. If you had backpacking questions, they'd be under here. So with that in mind, I'm going to scroll down to General. And General has subcategories that are specific to the topics under General. So you might have missing hikers under General. Also good to note, this isn't true for everywhere, but for instance we also have the Grand Canyon forum, and there are so many fatalities in Grand Canyon that it has its own sub-forum of Grand Canyon fatalities. When you're reading into a topic, like let's say this Fossil Creek's permit, if I click over here, it's going to take me to the beginning of the topic. And a topic in forum lingo is called a thread. So this is a thread. And when you go to the end of a thread, you have the option of posting on it. And you can do a quick reply here, which means that you're not going to do any formatting to the text. If you wanted to reply to a specific member, you could click on reply, and it sets the code up for you that will bold that member. At John LP means that you're responding to that member. And you would type, well, I blah blah blah. And you would go ahead and post or submit. Now you could go to the full editor and you could add your own code. And the codes here, the way you add them, if you hover over them, it will kind of give you an idea of what to do. But let's say that I want to bold this blah. Well, I'm going to highlight it, and then I'm going to click on the bold. And you'll see that it puts this little B code around it. Now, you don't want to mess with anything after that. You could get rid of it if you wanted to. It's going to be the bracket, and you could get rid of it. Now, let's try one more. Let's do a color. And I'm going to make that red. And it wraps that text that I had highlighted. So now if I want to see what it looks like without posting first, I can click on preview. And you'll see up at the top, well, I blah. And that shows you the formatting. Okay, so those are the basics. I want to show you one more thing that can make you an experienced HAZ forum reader on Hike Arizona. Oh, here we go. Check this out. We have a new post. When I go to the home page, and this kind of worked out well, you will notice that the HAZ forum is now a light green color, kind of a forest green. That means that there are new posts, unread posts in the forum that you need to read. Well, you don't need to read, but you might want to read. So I'm going to go to it. Now I have two options here. Arizona trivia. Oh, well, I'm not interested in that. And let's say there was a bunch of other ones. Well, you could read the ones you're interested in, and then you could just click mark the rest as read. I'm going to go ahead and read it. These auto mark as read as read when you read them. So I'm going to click on this side to read the last post. You click on the left side to read the first post. Generally, you're probably, if you're new to the thread, you probably want to start at the beginning of the topic or thread and read through it. But then as you become acquainted with it, you will probably just be reading the replies to it. Arizona trivia has been going on for years. I know all about it. I'm going to go ahead and read the last one. Alston Neal sometimes posts interesting things, but there's his post. Now, if I go back to the home page, what I just wanted to show you is it marked that thread as read. It's saying that I read it. Well, since I read it, there has not been a new post in the forum on any of the threads. So I have a white background. Let's show you one more thing. Let's go to forums and let's say, you know what? I'm really interested in those GPS things I've heard about. I'd like to start a topic. I'm going to go to gear, and because GPS unit is gear, and here it is under GPS and electronic. There's a bunch of topics here, and there's probably quite a few about what's the best one. But you know what? I want to know what's the best GPS unit for hiking and bicycling, and I don't see any topics on here. And you might want to also search this specific forum. You could search all of them. I'm going to back up a couple here. You could search all of the forum here. I'm going to go back into it. I'm going to go back into this, back into the GPS forum, specific forum, and I could type hiking and biking in there and see if anything comes up. I know it's not in there, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start a new topic. Okay, so when you start a new topic, you'll want to pick a subject and then type what it is you want to convey. It's always best to pick a subject line that not only describes what you're talking about, but is good for keywords and search engines. To put it, if you just put something that's not very descriptive, it's probably not going to get found by very many people, because a lot of people search for stuff on the internet. If you have any more questions, feel free to ask.